My dear elegant ladies, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
My dear elegant ladies. My dear elegant ladies. Okay, we are getting so close now. So close now. Oh, 98, 98. 99999, ladies, here it comes. Okay, here it comes. I am waiting. I am ready. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Oh, oh my gosh. 1 million. Cheers, my dear elegant ladies. Thank you so much for celebrating with me. I cannot believe 1 million of you. 1,000,001, yes. This is amazing. This is oh, I am just so happy. I'm just so happy. You don't understand how happy I am. Sorry, I just need to gather myself a little bit. I'm gonna have a sip of champagne. Cheers, ladies, cheers. I hope you're celebrating with me. This is a very special video, as you can understand. I am just head over heels, and of course I really want to thank you all, my dear elegant ladies, for being with me here on this journey. If it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't have the privilege to be able to help you, to be able to inspire you, to be able to be part of your journey. So I'm so incredibly grateful for this, and I love you all. You are truly a gift for me, and I hope I can be a gift to you. Cheers. Happy, 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 happy. Okay, ladies. My absolute favorite subscriber is the one who watches every video of mine. So, big little kiss to you and big hug. I really want to hug you all. Thank you for watching my videos, especially you ladies who watch every single one of them. I really appreciate you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I also want to thank those ladies who take the time to leave comments under my video. And I'm talking now to those ladies who leave, of course, you know, respectful comments and who do so with manners and elegance, you know, because we have a few who don't really follow that protocol. But to any of you who leave comments to me, whether it is sometimes under every video or once in a blue moon, I really want you to know that I appreciate it. I really do. The fact that I can hear back from you, the fact that I can read them, I can hear your voices, it gives me so much in return. So I want you to know that I read most of my comments. Of course, I'm not able to answer most of them, but I read them, and I want you to know that they mean a lot to me. So thank you so much for taking the time and leaving those. I really appreciate it. I also really want to thank those ladies who have been sharing my channel with your friends or on social media. I do see that sometimes, and I just want you to know that it really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it, so thank you so much. So as we have now hit 1 million, I want to share with you that I got this idea because I do get a lot of emails, private messages on Instagram, comments under YouTube videos, comments on Instagram, on Facebook, etc., where you share with me how I have helped you in your life. So if you feel like, you know what, I feel like Anna has helped me so much, I want to give her a little gift. You know what would be the greatest gift you can give me? And I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart, because you don't understand how much it fills me every time I receive something like this. If you go to thankyouanna.com, I have created a special little formula for you. Those ladies who feel like I have been contributing to your transformation perhaps, or I have helped you in any form of way, whether it is because you've been watching my YouTube channel or because you have been part of my online program, or maybe both, or whatever it is, I would be so happy to hear back from you, to hear your story, to hear how your life was before and how your life is now, to hear about your transformation. What has changed? What are your results? What have you been able to achieve thanks to these things that you have implemented, that I gave guidance to you about, please do go to thankyouanna.com and share with me your story, because oftentimes when you ladies have shared maybe on Instagram, Facebook, maybe under YouTube, I don't always get the opportunity to see them. But however, this page, this is going to be my bedtime story every night. Yes, because I just get filled with so much positivity and so much happiness whenever I hear about your transformation. And from the bottom of my heart, I get so happy for you. Like I do. And sorry, I just get a little bit emotional, you know. It just really, it really warms my heart, you know. When I know that your life has changed in a way, you know, or for the better, or whatever it is, it really means everything to me. And to be able to be part of it, it's such a gift. I feel incredibly grateful and truly blessed to be able to do what I do, and really not from an ego perspective, more from a perspective that, okay, so all this knowledge that I have learned, you know, throughout the years, and especially, you know, some knowledge that really did take a lot of trial and error, and at times were very maybe hard mistakes that I had to go through in order to learn those things. And the fact that I can be here today and share this with the world, and whoever wants to listen, they listen, and those who don't, they don't. But the fact that there are some ladies who actually take a lot of the things that I say and really implement it, and they feel motivated by these things that I teach, and then they see the transformation happen, because it does work. And when I say works, I mean when you want to have certain results that has to do with elegance, level up, etc. The greatest gift you can give me is simply that. Just go to thankyouanna.com. I would be so grateful to hear back from you about your story, about your transformation, and the results that you've had. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. All right, ladies. So now I'm going to do a little bit of a Q&A about my 3-year journey on YouTube. And it's actually quite interesting, because I literally started my YouTube channel almost exactly on the date 3 years ago. Someone is actually asking me, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? By the way, thank goodness you did. So I'm gonna actually hit a few birds in one stone at the same time, and also talk about my first video. So I actually started my social media journey already in 2012 with my blog Jet Set Babe. It's no longer active, but I used to love it because I used to write, and writing is one of my passions. So one time I was in London and I went to a psychic, and she told me that she actually sees me do extremely well in front of the camera, and perhaps by having a YouTube channel. She did say something very specific, like, I can see you do really, really well on YouTube in the future. So I thought to myself, okay, that's interesting. I actually never thought about being on YouTube, because I never saw myself as the person who would be, you know, in front of the camera, be talking. Usually when I'm at parties and events, I'm never the one who loves to be the center of attention. And I kind of assume that that's the type of persona you have to be in order to be a YouTuber. But anyway, then as I kind of continued and kind of left that in the back of my mind, I also started realizing that in marketing, the future really was video content, and traditional blogs, you know, just written blogs, started to become a little bit redundant. And I also saw my blog plateau a little bit. So I knew that, okay, video content is definitely going to be the future. Everybody said that. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to jump on this ship now and try to make it work, even though I was really kind of fearful for it. And I had to practice for about 6 months before I launched my first video. So the first few videos that I did, they were so bad. They never saw the light of the day, because, I mean, trust me, if you go and start shooting a video, you're gonna see that it's really difficult to really relax in front of the camera and be yourself and just have this normal conversation like you have with a friend. You're going to notice how you tense up, how you start sounding unnatural and things like that. And it took me many, many months to get rid of that. So I was practicing, and eventually there was this random day in September, I had not planned on releasing this video a particular day. It just happened that, you know what, I just shot this video with my iPhone because I just had an opinion about the subject, and I felt that, you know what, this actually didn't turn out too bad. And I didn't have a plan for my YouTube channel, but I said, you know what, I'm just gonna upload this. I've been wanting to launch my YouTube channel for so long. I've been talking about it so long with my Jet Set Babe blog readers and community that now is the time, because otherwise I'm never gonna do it. So I said to myself, okay, you know what, just gonna do it and then hope for the best. And then I started, uploading videos pretty much every week since then, and it just followed. And if you see one of my first videos, especially 10 ways how to look expensive on a budget, you can definitely see in that video how uncomfortable I was in front of the camera. My name is Anna Bay, and I'm here to help you achieve elegance and navigate in high society. So even though I had been practicing for about 6 months, I was still terrible. But, at some point you just have to, get on and just start doing, even if it's not perfect. And I mean, even today it's not really perfect, but it's definitely better from that video. My goodness. But ladies, I also do feel like my content has evolved. If you look back at the very beginning of my channel, a lot of videos in the beginning, because when I started, I used to have a different course than I have now. So back then I had a course called the 7-Step Formula to High Society. And it was a course meant for women who are brand new to the world of the elite and would like to know how to be able to access it and feel confident in that environment. So a lot of the videos in the beginning were about the affluent community and so on, and also of course about hypergamy. But with time, I was listening to you and I understood that what you ladies really enjoy the most is my content about elegance and of course fashion and all that, but the umbrella is the elegance umbrella. It's not so much about the elite. So for this reason, I decided to transition my content a bit. That's why we have Secrets of the Elite Woman now, which is more about personal transformation for women and becoming the best version of yourself so that you can live your best life and really feel empowered as a woman and really feel like you can create whatever life you want to create for yourself and look your best, feel your best, simply live your best life. So that's why my content also has evolved with time and why we talk more about personal development, transformation, elegance, fashion, lifestyle, and all of those things, and so on. Okay, next question. One of your videos that you have regretted, Kisses from Greece. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put 3 videos that I have regretted doing. And it was part of a 3-part series that I thought was an amazing idea. And it's actually very good if you watch it now because it's very applicable for this season. I did a 3-part series on jackets and coats, and I thought it was excellent because one can go so deep on coats because truly it's a jungle. So I thought it was going to be so popular and helpful, but it turned out to be a total flop. So I kind of regret doing those because it was a bit of waste of my time. But of course, I'm sure there are some of you who really enjoyed the coats series. So cheers to you. A memorable time a viewer has recognized you in person. Okay, so this does happen more and more frequently now, and I do like it because I do love seeing you ladies in person. Just hearing from you, reading your comments, your messages, your transformational stories is wonderful. But of course, when I also get the opportunity to see you in person, wow, it all feels so even more real then and so incredible, and I love it. So if you ever see me in person, feel free to come and say hi. And so memorable. There's been many memorable occasions, but I think the last encounter that I had was actually in Paris a few days ago. A really lovely lady that I met by chance. I happened to walk into a store and she came up to me and she was really nice. We actually spoke for a bit, and it happened that she came, and I have to show you. A few days later, she came with this really pretty handwritten note, left it to me at my hotel, I haven't opened it yet because I want to have a special moment to do so, but I'm gonna open and read it, and I can't wait. And it's also beautifully made. She really has taken her time to decorate this envelope. Small gestures like this, it's very touching, I must say. I'm really, really grateful. What's your next 3-year strategy? Okay, so my general rule that I always preach to you ladies, so please pay attention. Never share your next move. Always move in silence. Never let people know what you're up to. And basically don't tell them what you're planning, what you're gonna do next, and so on until it's done. Now, for this reason, I can't really share with you exactly. Okay, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of vague answer to this. At least you have a little bit of an answer. I'm definitely not gonna stop YouTube, that's for sure. I might actually have more channels, maybe, we'll see. But I would like to have more channels. And lastly, I would also like to try new formats. So that's all I can share with you for now. What is your favorite video you have filmed? You are such an inspiration. So there are many videos that I really enjoyed filming, whether it was because the topic was really fun, or it was fun filming the actual video, or it was just one of those really good days when the words were just flowing out of my mouth, who knows. But one video that I really did enjoy was I think 10 things elegant ladies never do on Zoom, because we had so much fun shooting some of the clips that I did to illustrate what not to do on Zoom. So that was a really fun video. Definitely watch it after this video. It's a lot of fun. What was the most challenging part of growing your channel? So definitely the most challenging part has been to keeping consistency. And if you are somebody who does social media, you know that consistency is everything for growth. Once you stop, your numbers slow down, and YouTube doesn't even promote you, or maybe promotes less of you. So you really kind of like, you can't really afford to stop at any point. So that adds a lot of pressure to you. And sometimes it's difficult to cope with that pressure because life happens. And I've had breaks from YouTube. As you probably have noticed, sometimes maybe I've been gone for a month or two, or just missed a week or so. But you know, it's part of the journey. Like, it's unavoidable, you know. But it has been difficult because you do end up being hard on yourself, you know, because you do want to keep that regularity. It's so important. And there are times when I just really feel uninspired to film something, but I kind of have to, because again, consistency is everything. So you have to really negotiate with yourself, try to gather yourself, pull yourself together. So that can be quite tough. But yeah, I think it's the overall pressure for consistency. Definitely that has been the most challenging. So I asked the ladies on my Instagram, I put the Q&A sticker, and I asked for your YouTube questions. So I'm reading them, and I received many about a topic that I always receive so many questions about. As an example, how have you kept your cool while people are bringing you down and making nasty comments? Do you get a lot of criticism? How do you handle it, etc.? Now, first of all, you cannot be on YouTube if you cannot handle criticism. If you're somebody, you worry that, okay, I cannot join YouTube because I'm worried about what people are gonna say or people are gonna think. I mean, you kind of have to take a decision for yourself. Either you are led by other people, meaning that their opinion impacts your life and their action lead your decisions, then you know, you're missing out and they're winning, and that would be an awful thing that you allow them to win, versus you can just hop onto YouTube, do your thing, let people hate, you know, haters gonna hate, and you just have this great, amazing success. I mean, look at me, I'm standing here with over 1 million subscribers. Now, imagine listening to all the haters. Imagine. So ladies, crash course, don't listen to haters, then this is what you get. It's as simple. But of course, you need to grow that thick skin, and anything is possible. You know that I always say that. And trust me, all you need is to just do it. Don't care, switch off and just do your thing, ladies. And trust me, with time, The thick skin will come, and with experience, you will become more resilient. What are the key things, in your opinion, that helps you succeed on YouTube? I think there are many elements. One thing is definitely timing. And with timing, I mean that when I stepped in on YouTube, nobody was doing what I do. I was a trailblazer. I was first doing this, and I was already first even back in my early blogging days in 2012. And for this reason, obviously, when you are first doing something, you're always going to have a bit of a head start and benefit by the attention, by the recognition, by people thinking that, oh, wow, this is different. And when you are different, that's when you really usually end up taking off in popularity and so on. So that has helped a lot. Another question, what do you regret the most in your journey? You know how we are. I live with no regrets. My only regret would be I wish I would have started earlier. I wish I would have started already in 2012 when I launched my blog Jet Set Babe. I just wish I started earlier. That's my answer. The most difficult situation you have been through in YouTube. So the most difficult situation was this year, actually. It was around, I think, spring, sometime in spring, when my channel got hacked. That was by far the worst thing I have ever gone through in my entire career. Let's put it this way. For those of you who weren't present during that time, a quick recap. So some hackers got into my YouTube account and they started streaming some Bitcoin promotion, and then they started streaming a pornographic movie. So YouTube stepped in and removed my channel, basically deleted it. And it's very difficult to be in touch with YouTube because they're owned by Google. They don't really have just like regular customer service that you can just call them and they sort out everything. So it was a very nerve-wracking process to get the channel back, because it can sometimes take months. Sometimes creators don't even get the channel back. So I was very lucky, all thanks to networking, because I have someone in my network who was able to get the channel back to me already the next day. So a nerve-wracking, 16, 18 hours, but I was able to get it back. But I can tell you that those hours, it was awful. It was awful. That was by far the hardest I've ever gone through. Were there times when you wanted to quit? Actually, quite a good question, because many creators, they get sometimes content creation burnout, or they hit a wall, or maybe too much hate that they receive that make them fall into depression. But I've had a little bit of a content burnout. Yes, that I've had, but I've never wanted to quit, never. I don't see myself quitting YouTube anytime soon. So the answer is no, I never wanted to quit. I love it too much. Funniest filming moment. Okay, so do you remember the video I made, 10 cliches cheap men love saying? So that intro where I'm joking in the beginning of the video about, if your man says these things, run. And then I illustrate how you should really just go grab your stuff, pack your bags, and just get out of there and leave this man. And that part was just so funny to film. So that was by far the funniest filming moment. Next question. Why do you post only once a week? So many of you probably think that YouTube is my main job, etc. But although it does take a lot of my time, and YouTube is for sure a full-time job, if you only knew how much work it takes to run a channel and create all this content, it really is more than a full-time job. However, my primary work is to be an educator, to be a course creator. So that's primarily what I do. So I cannot really make videos every day. I don't have that time. So I have to focus on my students, on my course, etc., and perhaps also creating future courses. So if you ever feel that, the content on Anna's YouTube channel, I want more, then definitely you should join one of my programs, because that's where you get more content from me, and that's basically where I am when I'm not on YouTube. So, okay, last question, and then the celebration is over video for today. What's been the most rewarding thing about being on YouTube? And I think that I kind of already answered that, because the most rewarding has definitely been to be able to impact your life, to be able to help in some way, in whatever way it is, maybe small, maybe big. It brings me meaning, and I think that's why, even though there can be sometimes negativity, even though you have to keep all this consistency and there's a lot of work, and it's sometimes difficult to be in front of camera, especially on days when you don't feel like it. But oh my, does it feel rewarding when you hear back from you ladies. And it really is what fuels me to continue on those days when it maybe feels difficult, because I do have those days. Mwah. Thank you, ladies. I love you. Truly, truly, I love you so much. Thank you for being part of all of these elegant ladies. And a few men. I know I have a few men as well. But thank you so much for being with me. And, well, let's start counting down for 10 mil, shall we? All right, ladies. Cheers. And if you want to go and watch the video that I enjoyed filming the most, 10 things elegant ladies never do on Zoom, then hop over to that video, because I will see you there.